All right, how you doing? So, Napoleon Hill had written a book called Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill, he's an author, I guess a businessman. He was an understudy for like Carnegie Hall and a whole bunch of rich other folks, as I understand. But he had written a book called Think and Grow Rich, and within that book, he had stated that it is always your next move. And that particular phrase had always stuck with me. And it resonated me in the sense of being successful isn't something that is unplanned. It isn't something that's just spontaneous. It is a byproduct of a predetermined effort and predetermined actions from the successor. So you just don't accidentally become successful or accidentally achieve something extremely great. It's born from that great sacrifice. So that's always resonated with me. And the reason it's resonated with me because you can't get stuck in the current environment that you're in, even if it is a good feeling or successful. Yeah, you enjoy it for the moment, but you always have to be, or you always need to be contemplating on what is in store for you next to sustain whatever success or achievements or accolades that you wish to sustain or achieve in the future. So I just thought that was pretty interesting, and it just has always resonated with me. I haven't read the book in quite some time. It's been 6, 7 years since I read it, but I looked at that passage and I remember how I felt reading it when he had stated it is always your next move. Always. You should always be looking ahead. You should always be seeing what's on the horizon. Now, I'm not saying that you should disregard what's going on in the current moment, but it needs to be a balance as to what's going on in the present and where you're going. And I think that is a skill set. And oftentimes the folks who do that the most are the ones looked as the highly effective, productive individuals in society in general. You know, senators or basketball players, NBA basketball players, football players, professional athletes, Olympians, lawyers. They just didn't wake up one day and say, I'm going to become a lawyer. Now, they probably did that, but they had to go through a certain amount of steps, and they were always contemplating what was the next move to get to that desired point of theirs. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't want to hold you guys too long. As always, this has been Phrases. Thank you for listening, and good morning, good afternoon, good night.